But let's talk about the single mom, or even if she's married and she has kids.
Yeah.
Let's start there, because the desire there is to be an incredible mom while you're managing all these things. There's a chapter in the book called "There's No Team in I," which obviously is a play on the popular phrase "There's no I in team," and the whole premise of that chapter is the power of self-prioritization. Now, many people struggle, especially people who are apt to serve. They're more, they're help. They're benevolent. I won't say people pleasing. We'll get into that maybe later. But we have an issue with prioritizing ourselves, because somewhere we have been programmed to believe that to prioritize ourselves is the same thing as being selfish. And that is actually not true. In fact, I have discovered that it's the opposite. If I want to be a good parent to my kids, what I'm going to have to do is watch this. Forget about them for a second. Come on. Now, this is so counterintuitive. It's for me to take a moment, get a babysitter, do whatever I need to do, but pull back and get me together, prioritize myself. Because if I don't prioritize myself, then I cannot be good for you. So here's the thing. So prioritizing me doesn't hurt you. Not prioritizing myself is what hurts you. Because if I am not the best me, I cannot present the best me to you and to help you. And so I used to think, and I'll tell you how this has worked in my life. So I used to think, I was of the mentality, I need to divide my time up. So, I need more balance in my life. And so tell you what, date night's going to be Thursday. I'm going to take my son to the basketball game on Saturday. I'm going to take my daughter here. I'm going to spend this here. And I had it all laid out. Everybody was covered, right? The only problem is, by the time I got to the second activity, to the second person, I was drained. I wasn't present. I had nothing to offer, and I might as well have been just a rock, sitting down. So it actually worked against me. And not only did it not benefit the person that I thought that I was doing a service to, but it didn't benefit me as well, because I was spending energy I did not have under this false idea of balance. And so what I did was, I begin to prioritize myself. You know what? I'm starting to get a little weary. I'm starting to get a little tired. Hey, daddy's husband, I'm getting ready to take a few days away. In the beginning, it was tough. Oh, daddy, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss you. I said, trust me, the version of me that you get when I walk back through this door is going to be worth the 2 or 3 days you allowed me to. And watch this. And I delivered on that. See, here's another thing. When you break it down and you take care of yourself, see, a lot of people don't know how to be alone. They don't know how to take care of themselves. So they go and to the retreat, or they take the time off, but they're on their phone. They're calling people, because sometimes they're afraid to be alone. Because when you're alone, like really alone, you got to deal with some stuff. You got to answer some questions. You got to look yourself in the mirror. But I delivered. When I took that time away, I came back. I had energy. I had creativity for the kids, right? I had romance. I had everything. I had strategy for my team. I had new creative entrepreneurial ideas. And so herein, I'm thinking that if I stop and prioritize myself, I'm going to lose, when the reality of it is, when I prioritize myself, I started winning in all areas. I started doing all things well. And this is the false idea about balance we have to break. It is not divvying yourself up. It is prioritizing yourself so that you can become yourself and offer your best self to everything in your universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. You say that, and Pastor Touré, you are absolutely right, man. Last year, I took the first trip by myself. Never been out of the country by myself before. And that was probably the best trip I ever had for me, because I went and I said, I'm not going to pull out my phone. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to go and just spend 3 days just for myself. And you're right. It was hard because I was alone, but it was refreshing because I was alone. And I had the opportunity to dream, to look at myself, and to really think for myself. But it's funny. My mom and I were talking. She was like, "I don't know if I want your dad to go out the country and just go away for 3, 4 days by himself. I don't know. I don't know." What I hear you saying, is it's good to do that,
Oh,
even if you're married, because it's like now you get away, you spend some time with your spouse for sure, but you individually went away and came back recharged for your whole family. And you just gave us a whole mouthful, but I just got to ask that question because I know married people watching this right now saying, "But PT, you want me to leave my spouse? I get leaving my kids, but you're saying leave my spouse just for a couple of days? What if that creates trust issues, or what if she thinks I'm doing something crazy if I tell her no, I'm just going to get recharged?"
okay. So let me back up. I'm going to answer that question, but let me back up because I want to say something because you mentioned alone and that you went away alone. When most people hear the word alone, there is a negative connotation to it, a negative stigma. For example, we go to a restaurant and we see somebody sitting in the corner by themselves all alone. We feel sorry for them. Oh, they couldn't get a date, or I should go over there and be kind to them, all this kind of stuff. Oh, woe is them. Pity, 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 right? So somehow the concept of being alone somehow has become this negative, deprived, deficit type of thing, where that's not even what the word alone originally meant. The word alone is derived from a Latin phrase, the Latin phrase al ana. And that Latin phrase al ana literally means all one, all one, all one. So we struggle with alone, but the reality of it is our alone time is what puts us in the environment to become whole, to become all one, so that we are no longer divided and tossed to and fro, so that we can have velocity, so that we can write the vision and make it plain. We're no longer distracted, right? So there is a gift in being alone if you get over the fear of self. Many people have the fear of self, which I talk about in the book. If you get over that and really appreciate al ana, becoming all oneself. So you talk about a relationship. You can't even do a relationship well until you become all oneself. Two halves don't make a whole. That was wholeness, but two halves don't make a whole. Look, I want a wife, I want a husband, I want a partner, I want a spouse, but I can't be alone. Listen, if I was single and that was you saying, I look, can you date me? I don't want to be alone. I would run from you. Let me tell you something. You better know how to be alone. You better know how to gather yourself. Come on. I need somebody. Let me tell you, Sarah didn't need me, and I did not need Sarah. Not on paper, not in our world, not in our universe. And I think it was because we were cool with being al ana, alone, all ourselves, that we actually complemented each other. And so alone is a good thing. Now you pose a wonderful question. This is a situational question. What do I do if my spouse, my boo thing, my lover gives me a hard time, won't let me go, is struggling with me going? Here is the thing. This is not luxury. Taking care of yourself, finding balance is not luxury. This is not like something that it'd be nice to do. No. I need this. I need this to be me. So to reject this is to reject me. You don't love me. You don't love me. You're thinking about you. You're thinking about you. So if you love me, you're going to have to get over your trust issues. And that's a whole nother subject because love and trust. Listen, let me tell you something. Love is a risk. If you ain't ready to take a risk, you ain't ready to love. Love is a risk. You put your heart out there. And listen, you don't control nobody. You don't know what they do. You don't know. You can't control them. So you have to make a decision to trust. You're not with them 24 hours a day.
Come on,
So if you're going to be a lover, if you're truly going to be in a relationship, what comes with that is trust. And if you're not ready to trust, you're not ready to love.